All right, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome to this YouTube channel. This is the only channel where you get your legit information, raw data regarding what is happening in Finland and also what is happening in Southeast here in Igbo land, the war between the Biafran Liberation Army and the Zoo Army of Nigeria. Now, we'll be reacting to some videos. So if you are just joining us now, do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe. You can check back our previous videos. Then you understand the authenticity and dignity of what we are fighting for. Now, there is a video we are going to react to, and make sure you share your opinions on the comment section, because this video is very deep, because Simon Ekpa will continue to defeat the Nigerian government. That is why when Musa was asked why is it taking long to extradite Simon Ekpa from Finland to Nigeria, he was like, Finland has their own way of doing things. You can check back our previous videos we posted and broadcasted on this particular video. So his response was kind of weak. His response was kind of weak because all their fundings, because him, in conclusion with the Southeast politicians and governors, they all came together to fund, and they raised a petition and evidence to Finnish authorities to hold and arrest and try and imprison Simon Ekpa. But they have failed because Simon Ekpa have won again. Now, I'll be playing this video we are going to react to. It's to Biafra. You need to really relax and listen to this video. Then you can understand what is going on. You understand the kind of propaganda and the kind of game the Nigerian government is playing with the Finnish government. Now, stay tuned as you watch.
Their media to push wrong informations against us. They have been doing this not today, not yesterday. It's been for a very long time. Since after the Civil War, it became worse. From 1967 up to this moment, there has been a media campaign against the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, on every ramifications. And we have not paid attention to that because some of us are too busy trying to survive. Some of us are too busy paying attention to other issues. But it has come to a time that every one of us must begin to pay attention to what is happening. It is sad that this very propaganda is being piloted by a certain group of people, a certain tribe, for a reason best known to them. But we can no longer be silent. A time has come where every single one of us must begin to use their platform to speak about the true situation in Biafra land. The atrocities of the federal government of Nigeria in Biafra land. There are so many strategies against Master Simon Ekpa, and none of them pulled out until they began to go extra miles, including using the EU, using their influence of the UK and all whatnot to penetrate. And finally, Master Simon Ekpa was restricted, and they kind of succeeded in their restriction. And today we see the chess they are playing, using their media, speaking on different angles, on different corners. But we are not going to chicken out. It doesn't matter what they say or what they do. We will continue to follow up because we know the zoo and how they play their game. Regardless the chess they play, all we know is that we want our freedom, and our freedom we must have. No amount of blackmail or propaganda will make us stop demanding for our self-determination. Lawfully, not unlawfully, lawfully, and that is exactly what we are doing.
That we are the choosing ones of God. So, and if we understand that we are the choosing one of God, we should not be afraid of what human beings can do. We should be focused on that God who has chosen us to be his own.
Message that our DPM brought out shows how weak these people are. For me, because from the day one, from the first day they came out and they said that the PM was against the men on the ground, PM was against the fundraising, and any person that is against the fundraising is evil and against the Biafra. I could not pick anything on that. I waited until I hear that what happened. I started picking everything on my own. I said, okay, let's assume that the PM, they picked him and there was no opportunity in anywhere for him to drop any message. Let's assume that our PM was picked today. There is no way for him to utter a single word of a message. So it means that maybe by now some people's head must have been on the ground. That's the way I see it. Because if somebody tell me that Simon Èkpà, I am the armor bearer of Simon Èkpà. If somebody come out to the public and tell me that Simon Èkpà is my boss, and they say Simon Èkpà, when he was invited for questioning, he had opportunity to give a message through his lawyer, and that lawyer did not deliver that message secret, but the lawyer delivered that message with 3 more people that make him the 4th person. And those who that call him my boss, my armor bearer, had that message from the direct from the lawyer. The first message that nobody can say it was uttered. And they say we will never obey it. We can never obey that message. That we can never respect this woman. That this Biafra cannot be declared. So, for them coming to Finland, they have already in their mind that nothing will make this Biafra to be declared. It is obvious. Because sometimes when I start thinking, why are people still backing these people? Why are the men on the ground talking rubbish about this very woman? And this woman stand on her feet to tell Nigerian government that Nigeria cannot stop her from declaring Biafra. And she took the risk, a very high risk, and stand on her feet and declare this Biafra. And now somebody come out, first said he was against men on the ground, there was no evidence. Second, he said the woman was against fundraising, there was no evidence. Third, they go to charter. From charter, they go to constitution. From constitution, they started putting hand in rubbish. And somebody who's convinced himself, sleepless night and suffering in the bush as a man on the ground, is listening to this man, and he telling that man on the ground is genuine. He is not from the one. He's only deceiving himself. It's only the land and God himself that know what transpired between these people that is doing all these things. And heaven will not be quiet until that secret will be revealed. Heaven and earth will not be quiet until this why these men on the ground and these people are opposing this Biafra declaration. They come up with it's supposed to be on the 2nd. I was asking, did the United Nations give us a date to declare Biafra? Did the European Union give us date? Did America and Europe and Asia and every part of the world say if you declare Biafra on the 2nd, we will automatically recognize you? There was nothing like that. I asked this question. One of the men on the ground was what he was writing on his Twitter. He said, "Do you know if God spoke to our PM?" Why, this is the PM that come out and said that if we give date to declare Biafra, it's possible I declare Biafra even before the time.
Yes.
Depending on what is on the ground. And after gathering informations and a lot of informations, then this woman concluded that we have to declare it on the 29th, and people are not happy. They started attacking her. They started bringing one thing or the other. They started bringing one or going from one tree to one banana this thing plantation. Only just to find reason not to obey that first very order. And now they went back to go and bring order that to put them in on the head and come on the television with the woman that was ex or to the PM to say now you will be the head, and that is the one that he want the whole Biafrans to obey. My brother, we are not children, and any person that following them is man that sold his conscience. That person sold his conscience for something that is not that is not worth anything. This is the Biafra you are spending night and day and everything is fighting for it to be declared. And the time was supposed to come more stronger, and some people go and trying to betray it, thinking that they will succeed. What is their aim? How much did they pay you to stop it? What will you gain? And you tell me you have billions in Nigeria as a property. Somebody who has billions in Nigeria as a property cannot fight for Biafra. He needs something to stop that thing so that his billions in Nigeria will be there. And if you have billions in Nigeria and nothing have been tampered with it, then you are evil. Because I know that somebody like Madam Azuka that has something, even they have private house, I think they say it was born, where she was in action. And because people know what she have, that there may be something. So any person that's telling me he had billions in Nigeria and the federal government of Nigeria don't know about it, and you are coming out in the television, the world to say you have it, and Nigerian government know that you have it, and they not pamper it, even though when they know in the forefront of agitation on fighting for Nigeria to divide, and nothing happened to it, you are a sellout. And any person that will follow you is a sellout.
Exactly.
Because we know what the freedom. Nigeria can do anything to stop Biafra. Nigeria can do anything in this world to make sure that Biafra did not come. They don't care. If they can be killing innocent people to make sure they stop the agitation, what's your property that you have in Nigeria? They will not destroy. If they can kill the mother and the father of Nandekana and people in the Nandekana's house, what is your property in Nigeria that what billion that Nigeria cannot destroy? And you are boasting, you're telling me you're fighting for Biafra. My brother, let tell these people and the people of Biafra. These people know what they are doing. If the people were really genuine, let me assume. Let's just assume that everything that our DPM have been doing since the whole Mazi, our PM. Let's assume that everything she has been doing, having some mistakes. How can you correct her with this evil word? You cannot correct somebody that made a mistake with hatred and the evil. If you want to correct me, I will see the first from your heart that the correction you are giving to me is coming from the real bottom of your mind, and that what they are trying to tell me is truth, because I will see that love in you, that you're trying to let me to do the thing that is right. That is why Christ said, "From the heart speak the mouth." So when you want to correct, how can you go and correct somebody who you wish to die? It is impossible. It is impossible, and you have not shown any remorse about it. How can you say you love Simon Èkpà and you refuse to obey what Simon Èkpà give as instruction, and you go back to get a way to get it so that you will be on the top of the affair, and you want the whole Biafrans to obey you and to follow you, to say if you respect Simon our PM, then you're supposed to follow Genkere. That is when it will be. But when they say follow Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, then that person is Vachikote Ekwonu. How can you follow a man and open his mouth and call the Biafrans Vachikote Ekwonu? Do you know what it means by Vachikote Ekwonu? So my brother, the only thing I'm telling our people is to do the right thing and be at the right place at the right time. That is the only thing. Do not look back. Search your conscience and let your conscience be pure. Let your conscience tell you what you are doing is truth or not. And if you know that what you are doing is not right, then change. You still have time to change before it will be too late. Change before it will be too late. Because everything, when our PM Simon Èkpà come out, he will go through everything and will not be silent. Because we will tell you from the one what happened. He is not a child. So let people not think that when the PM come, that he will just come and slap all of us and push us, all of us, inside the bush. No, it's not possible. He is a man with wisdom. So I can only encourage my people to be strong with Otongozo Rabeza and continue in praying and contribute to what you were supposed to do. Those things that your heart and your spirit convince you that it's right to support this agitation, do it without wasting time. That is my message this afternoon. Thank you, my brother.
What has to do with Biafra is being adulterated. The government of Nigeria never speak the truth about us. The conventional media never report things that is happening in our land. The conventional media never stand for us or report the truth. They are always reporting falsehood. Today you see the game of chess. That is why I call it the game of chess. Finland and Nigeria is playing. I put it as a game of chess because we have not seen the Finland authority come and debunk the lie that we saw on the media. Even though we know that the way it is being written by Nigerian media, the way it's being projected, it is not the way it is. What they are telling us transpired is not exactly what transpired. We know that. But we are expecting the Finland authority to come out and set the record straight the way it should be. We are not going to help them to do that. In the past days, in the past time, when the former ambassador was there, they have always debunked lie when it comes up. They have always to confront the lies and tell the truth and let us know things we are. So many times lies have been told against our prime minister, and the government of Finland bring out a statement. Even when they use their name to blackmail, they bring out a statement. So in this case, Nigerian media, a media sponsored and licensed by Nigeria, Vanguard to be precise, a media licensed by Nigeria, came and projected informations, pushed it, and the whole world is watching and seeing it. And up to today, we have not seen a reporter. We have not seen a reporter from Finland authority. And that is why we are hammering on that. Until they come out and give a reporter, we continue to watch them on that chase they are playing, the chase of justice. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, must get justice. And we know he is going to be free as soon as possible. We are not shaken. We are not fearful. We are only speaking for those weaker mind. We know there are some people who are not as strong as others. There are some who are weak in mind. And in that weakness, we must have to speak to encourage them. As for Mazi Simon Ekpa, I don't even want to go on the side of extradition because it doesn't exist. But this game that Nigeria is playing, using every single opportunity, we have seen them do it several times. We saw them when they went and met the Finnish president, the United Nations meeting. United Nations meeting that was held, instead of them going for a purpose, they purposely went to the president of Finland and they took a picture. They took a picture with him and they came and wrote on it. But then they know that Mazi Simon Ekpa is around. Mazi Simon Ekpa will confront them because he doesn't keep silent. But today, in the fact that they know that we don't have somebody in Finland as per se who can confront them and their lies. That is why today they can be boldly come and project their ambassador who went to introduce himself as a new elected ambassador to Nigeria. During that very introduction letter she was delivering, they now call it whatever they want to call it, give it whatever name they want to give it, and they use it to promote a propaganda against the Biafran. That is what the media of Nigeria has been doing and been paid to do. And when we see this media, the injustice of the media in Nigeria, we call them out. That is why every single Biafran must join us in this media. Use your own platform. There are so many of us in this platform today. When you go to their platform, if you go to their Facebook, you will never see anything about Biafran. You go to their YouTube, you won't see anything about Biafran. You go to their TikTok, you won't see anything about Biafran. What are you afraid of? You don't want to be recognized as a Biafran. You don't want to post anything as a Biafran. But when you come here, you hail us, you join us, you praise us, you do. But expand this message so that you never know who can see it. When you post it in your wall, you you don't know who can come across it. Because as we speak now, we don't have a permanent friend and don't have a permanent enemy. Chukwu can use anybody at any time. That is why we must have to expand our band. We don't have to create limitations to ourselves. In any area you find yourself, in your platform, share the information. Share to your family group. Share to your meeting group. Share to any group you belong. Get our content and begin to share them there. Support all these platforms that are genuinely speaking for Biafra, more especially the platforms that are under United States of Biafra. Support it. It doesn't cost you a word. It doesn't cost you anything to share the message. It doesn't cost you anything to like the program. But some of us are not doing that. Instead, some of us, you go to their platform, they are busy sharing gossip. Any gossip that has come out from Nigeria, they will share their gossip. They share their gossip. Any entertainment thing that come out, go to their platform, they share it. Feel of entertainment. Any jokes that come out from Nigeria, you see it in their platform. When they see things where they are talking about irrelevant issues, using vulgar words, you see them sharing it, boldly sharing it in their platform, and they are happy. But when it comes things that has to do with their own self, they don't share it. It is sad and it's a pity. We have to change that mentality and change it now, because our enemies are strategizing. And one of the weapons the enemy is using against Biafra is media. One of the weapons they are using against us is media. Until we begin to take media serious, they will continue to cage us. Today, when you hear that the world don't know what is happening, it is not they don't see it. They see it, they hear it. Every one of us must wake up and begin to use our platform. Speak about things that matter. Speak about relevant issues. Why are you still focusing your attention on irrelevant issues? They are using media propaganda against the Biafrans. And a certain region, a certain group of people are doing that. It is high time we confront them head on. Thank God for social media. In 1967, there were no social media. And that was why we were held captive. Some people in the United Kingdom, some people in the US, they didn't know. The ordinary citizens didn't know what was happening in Biafran. They didn't know. The information was not out there. But today, in 2025, we have the media. What are you doing with your platform? That smartphone in your hand, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with your smartphone? You can't even make inquiry and get informations. You can't even verify information. They will push lie and propaganda. You become afraid and you believe them. You help them and share it. You won't even make inquiry. It is sad. It is high time we begin to change our mentality. As we enter into this full restoration of Biafra on the ground and the recognition, for us to gain this recognition, the media will play a major role. The way you handle your media matters. The zoo have already started pushing their propaganda. You see them today trying to change the narrative. Everything they are trying against us, against our Prime Minister, but we will not allow them. Yesterday we were playing a video of the program that was conducted in one of the conventional media, and we're going to continue to play that program today. Let us see what we can get from that program as we proceed and listen to the discussion they're having. The lie they are pushing against us in Biafra land, the way they project the Biafra as uninhabitable. When Obato BA comes out, our Prime Minister said that Biafra land is the most secure. It is not a propaganda. Biafra land remains the most secured area in the whole of Nigeria. The most secured area in the whole of Nigeria is Biafra land. But they will come and begin to tell you that it's the most insecure place. They will begin to project that the most insecure place. The insecurity in the southwest is greater than what you see in the southeast. The insecurity in the north cannot be compared to what you see in the southeast. But when you go to the media, they push projectors as people. A place that is not uninhabitable, just to make sure they scare people away from establishing and developing the area. They scare businessmen away, they scare business, they scare contractors from coming to that area. It is a media war that every one of us must engage in. Let us listen to this very program and go along with it.
Now, my issue my issue.
Sorry, before you
okay.
move on. Check the tribe that is setting up this policy. Check the people that are trying to change the narrative from EFCC to Igbo man kill an Hausa man that's an EFCC, it will certainly be from our brothers, some of our brothers from the Southwest. And I think Igbos, we need to rise and meet the leaders of the Southwest to caution them about this heating up the polity, not just heating up, making false statements.
Some of them are even working government officials.
Exactly.
In fact, one of them that was suspended from the Lagos state government, I think his name is Ajay or something, the one who wrote that those who actually burnt TVC or whatever were hunted and executed, and then the Lagos state governor actually suspended him. If you go to his social media account, you see statements that are bigotry related. It's quite unfortunate that government officials are meant to promote you
and the government will turn their eyes away from it. Look at this chief that was recently released. The chief that, out of frustration, after the election, the Lagos state government watched as Igbos were being attacked, killed, their properties burnt. We were helpless. Police were not helping us. The government were not helping us. And the man, out of frustration, said, if you cannot defend us, that he's going to invite IPOP. That's all. That man spent 2 years in jail. But people had made statements worse than this.
A lot.
Somebody threatened
the president's wife and nothing happened.
Exactly. Will not even fight them to invite them for questioning. So that's why I said this very government is trying to revive the 1966 genocide, and it's going on in the Southeast already. In fact, there is a guerrilla war going on in the Southeast. There is a war going on. You know, during the war in 1966,
yes,
there was war in the Southeast, and there were normalcy in the West. And
yes,
they were even enjoying free education. In fact, the way we are listening to what is going on in the Southeast now is the same. So the APC government came in to finish up where they stopped in 1970, but now they want to catch Igbos unaware. They are doing it in guerrilla style. So you won't even understand what is what is going on. How can
it is good that you're hearing this from somebody on the ground. You know, when we come on social media and we broadcast and we say there is war going on in Biafra land, some of us don't pay. Some think that maybe we are pushing propaganda. When we say there is war going on in Biafran territory, some of you don't believe it. But the person that is speaking here now is a journalist on the ground, saying that the guerrilla warfare is going on, and they have continued. The 1970 war, 1967 to 70 war has continued under this APC government. They are carrying out guerrilla warfare against Biafran people, and it's difficult to understand. The chief of army staff announced it. He called it guerrilla warfare. Later on, he said asymmetric warfare. And in all terms, it is warfare going on in Biafra territory, even as we speak. You know, when we say it, because we are on social media, some of them will say, oh, you are making things obvious. But this is somebody speaking on the conventional media, a journalist on the ground, telling you that there is war going on in Biafra land. You see, this is why we bring these informations out, so that you hear it from them. Let it not be that only we are talking. And I believe that the Finnish authority is hearing it. The whole world is hearing this. The Finnish authority that is saying that they don't know why Master Simon is doing what he's doing, or they don't have evidence, or they are looking for evidence why Simon is doing. Look at a clear evidence. Somebody on the ground. Why don't Finnish authority send their own delegate to go and interview this woman? Why don't Finnish authority send their own investigator to go and hear from this woman? First-hand information, she is an eyewitness to the atrocities of Nigerian government against the Biafrans firsthand. But somebody will still be there pretending you are looking for evidence. What evidence are you looking for? And there is a war declared against Biafra, and somebody came and stood in defense to defend the land. To defend the land, because the people have given him mandate. More than 50 million people cast their vote and gave him mandate to defend them. As if it's not enough, you saw those people that gave him mandate in Finland. On 29th of November, you saw them. So that you wouldn't say it's a spirit. You wouldn't say that it's made of something. You saw people flew in from all parts of the world to Finland to make a declaration. As if that is not enough. And you are still looking for information. You are still playing a chess. You are still playing a chase of justice with Nigeria. Is there any need to play such chase? Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, deserves an apology. In fact, he must to be released immediately and paid compensation because he has not committed any crime. He has not committed any crime. Look at somebody giving a first-hand information. Let's continue to listen to him.
A military that was moved in a place to relax, sit at home, now arrests citizens minding their business, going about their business, arrest them without
no prosecution, nothing.
Shooting at sight, killing them, arrest them, meet them, shoot them. Because I've been telling people, I said, this issue we read, the military will say, we busted IPOP, we shot, we killed 10 IPOP. Who are these IPOP? Where are they busting them? The CEO is one of those they are busting.
And
probably the banker.
In such incidents, you will not see videos.
Exactly. The banker that was shot and we saw her corpse is also one of them. And so many people that were missing. So there was no insecurity in the Southeast, I assure you. But the insecurity in the Southeast is been under siege by the security
So you're
forces.
saying now that what is currently going on in Anambra State is not as how we see it. I want us to listen to this.
These two incidents happened in Anambra now.
Yes, it did happen in Anambra. I want
The EFCC incidents and the military is in Anambra.
Yes. I want us to take a listen to this young boy who was also a victim of the EFCC modus operandi, and he was really not happy. Let's just...
Finland is looking for evidence. Here are evidence why we are doing what we are doing. These are evidence. One of the victims is going to speak. Where are those people looking for evidence? Where are they? Where are they? This very information is on their conventional media. You are looking for evidence. You are looking for evidence. Why are we doing? Look at it. When we call Nigerian government a terrorist government, look at one of the affiliation, the EFC, the crime they committed. First-hand information from a victim. Let's listen.
Listen to him briefly.
I barely emotional or something. EFCC came to this house. I was not around. It was my brother and his friend that was there around. I traveled. They called my phone and told me about it. EFCC no knock. They don't do anything. They just broke this door, like break into their house, bully people, beat them up, broke some properties. I will show you guys something. See this television like this now. It's EFCC that broke it. Like they broke it and beat the people up. People that were here, they beat them up. Like they destroyed. They were just doing like armed robbers. Now after everything they did, they took them and took up to other 15 people in this compound along. Without any information, without any reason, without any cause, nothing. They started their phone and they saw nothing, but they took them along. After all the stress and everything I passed through, they came back. Now, yesterday armed robbers, they penetrated this house and they operated exactly like EFCC. Like the way EFCC did it. They broke this door, entered this house, surrendered everybody and took everything. Like they raided this house.
Yeah, so that was somebody recounting his experience.